guys, ShelbyKay here and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm just going to be talking about all the things that I've been loving lately. I guess we could call it a spring favorites. Just things that I've been loving over the last few months while I've been on my little hiatus. I try to keep my list pretty short, keeping it to the top things that I have been absolutely loving this month. And honestly, a lot of them are things that are just really really helping me kind of get through this grief period and kind of connect and just feel a little bit more myself. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and jump right in. I didn't really break it up this time. Usually I would do breaking it up into products, lifestyle, and media. I kind of just listed them this time, so there's not really any sort of categories. So let's go ahead and jump right in. So the first thing that I've been absolutely loving over the last couple of months is my skincare routine. I'm not going to tell you guys the exact routine just because I do want to include it in some sort of video, whether it's a morning and night routine or a vlog or something. I will explain the whole routine to you guys in a video coming up in the future. But I have been absolutely loving my skincare routine. I think I have finally found something that works for me. My face is so much clearer than it has been in forever. I have always battled with cystic acne along my jawline. A lot of it's because I touch my face a lot and I'm trying to be better about that. But I've always battled with like cystic acne on my jawline, and then I have rosacea, so I always just have a really red face. And I feel like this skincare routine that I've been doing, it's very simple, but it's been clearing out my face so much. I don't know if you guys can tell. I'll see if I can find any footage or pictures or anything of what my face used to look like, but this is what it's looking like right now. I still have a lot of like scarring and stuff, but it's so much clearer than it has. I have no pimples going on right now, and my redness has really calmed down a lot too. I will say that a lot of it is probably also from not wearing makeup pretty much the entire time I was pregnant, but I have been wearing makeup fairly regularly lately and I haven't broken out. So I'm really enjoying my skincare routine. It's like one of my favorite parts of my morning and night routine. I get really excited to do it because it's just relaxing and just soothing to my face and my skin, and I just have been absolutely loving it. Kind of following on that self-care wave, I have been absolutely loving baths lately. It's pretty much since, I want to say, December. I have been so into baths. I have never really been a big bath person my whole life. I like the idea of baths. I would run a bath and I would sit in the bath for maybe 5 minutes. It would usually take longer to run the bath than I would sit in it. And I just never really found a way to enjoy them. And now I have found the thing to enjoy them. I always turn on some music, usually Game of Thrones music, because I'm reading a fantasy book right now and I like setting the mood. I'll light a candle, I'll put some bubbles in, I'll put in a bath bomb, and then I'll just sit and read my book. Or sometimes I'll just listen to music, sometimes I'll watch YouTube, whatever I'm feeling. But I just find things that like keep my mind entertained while I'm in the bath, I guess. And I have just found baths so relaxing. And so my favorite bubble bath that I have been using is the Dr. Teal's Foaming Bath with Pure Epsom Salt Relax and Relief with Eucalyptus and Spearmint. I actually started using this in January when I had COVID because I was so achy and it was just miserable. And I absolutely love it. It's so relaxing to my body. I don't know, I think it's the Epsom salt and then just the fact that it relaxes me. I don't know, I just love taking bubble baths with this stuff. I might actually take one tonight now that I think about it because I haven't taken one yet this week. But yeah, I've been loving bubble baths and this is my all-time favorite bubble bath that I have tried so far. Moving on, another one of my favorites that I have been doing for the last couple of months is making coffee at home. I have always kind of been weird with making coffee at home. I'll go through periods where, like, if I'm trying to save money or anything like that, but most of the time I prefer getting coffee out, whether it's through Dutch Bros or Starbucks or wherever. But lately I have been loving making coffee at home, and a lot of it has to do with this creamer. I have finally tried the coconut cream creamer. I've always seen it and I'm always like, oh, I want to try that, but then I would just get the ones that I knew I liked, and I finally tried this one. This stuff is life-changing. It makes my coffee so delicious, and now I prefer to make my coffee at home than to go get like Dutch Bros or anything, and that's saying a lot because I absolutely love Dutch Bros, but the last few times I've gone, I'm like, this isn't as good as the coffee I make at home. So this creamer has been life-changing. This is like my all-time favorite creamer now. My next favorite is something that Mitch and I actually picked up while we were in San Francisco, and that is this reusable water cup. We got this at the California Academy of Science. It doesn't say California Academy of Science on it. It just says reduce, reuse, recycle, stand for what you stand on. And I love this cup so much. It's insulated, so it keeps my water really cold. I usually like these straw lid cups a lot, but a lot of the times the ones that I've had in the past have been just plastic, so they don't keep my water cold. I love this cup so much. I've been using this way more than any other of my water bottles, my hydro flasks, anything. I love this cup so much, and I have it with me at all times, and this is probably one of my favorite things ever right now. So the next couple things are a couple of media things. The first being that I finally got into Grey's Anatomy. I started watching it when I had COVID and I was stuck at home, and then I watched it a lot while I was pregnant because I just was so nauseous. I was laying in bed all day, and so I watched Grey's Anatomy. I am currently on season 3. I haven't really picked it up since, I want to say, March or February. I haven't really been watching it as much, just because I haven't really been watching TV all that much, just because of everything that I've been going on. But I am definitely on the bandwagon now. I see why people love it, and yeah, I don't really know what else to say about that. And then the other media type favorite that I have is, you guys know how obsessed I am with Kaylin Nicholson. I talk about her all the time in my vlogs and in some of my other videos. She launched a membership on her Co's channel, which is her second channel, her more like businessy channel. She pretty much launched a membership that is a yoga membership, so she teaches yoga classes and posts them like 3 times a week, and then it also gives us like exclusive content, and we get to see her vlogs and stuff like a few days before everyone else, like before they go live to the public. And it's just so great. And she has a Discord chat for the members, and I've just been talking to a lot of people on there and just kind of connecting, and it's just been really fun to meet other Kaylin Nicholson fans. And I've been loving it so much, and she actually does like live streams and stuff, so I just feel like I get to connect with her on a different level rather than just watching her videos. I don't know, I've been absolutely loving it. Unfortunately, I had to cancel it this month just because I had an emergency with my cat that cost me quite a bit of money, but what can you do? I'm definitely going to be back on it next month. But I've been absolutely loving it, and it's just brought a lot of joy to my life and a lot of just connection. And the yoga has definitely been very helpful in helping me kind of get back into my body. I actually kind of talk about that in one of the vlogs that are coming up. I'll save all that for that video, but I was struggling a lot with kind of connecting to my body, and I kind of talk about that a little bit in one of those vlogs. So moving on to some journaling things. I have been absolutely loving my bullet journal. I'm still using the same one that I used in my plan with me, but I did not plan at all. Pretty much past the first week in January, I didn't plan anything, and then I didn't pick planning back up until beginning of April. Yeah, that didn't really go so well, but I have been absolutely loving planning so much. I'm still kind of going with like the scrapbook theme that I kind of talked about in my plan with me, but I've been having so much fun just like designing these pages and like finding different layouts that work for me. I mean, I've always loved bullet journaling, but I've kind of fell off like the more artsy stuff just because I felt like it was very time consuming, especially when I was in school. And it was just very time consuming, and I just didn't have the time or energy to do it. But now I feel like it's kind of a break from reality for me, and it gives me kind of a fun creative project to work on without having to like think too much about it. And I have just been absolutely loving it, and I've been using my planner so much more lately, and yeah, I'm just really, really, really enjoying doing my bullet journal planning, and I will hopefully be continuing that as the year goes on. And then I've just gotten into kind of basic journaling. This is my kind of basic journal. I actually got this from the hospital. When I gave birth to Avery, one of the hospital nurses gave me a nice little care package, and this was in it. And then I just wrote Avery's name on it and the year 2021. And this has just been kind of my general journal. I've been trying to journal every single day, and it has been helping my mental state so much, just because I've had a lot of just sadness and anger and frustration and a lot of stuff building up just because I'm going through grief and I'm dealing with all of these things. And so it's very helpful for me, and I just find it very mentally clearing to just write everything down. You know, I write letters to Avery, I write lists, I just write, you know, how my day went, how I'm feeling. I've written poems in here. I try to write something in here every single day just to kind of get my thoughts out on paper, whatever I am feeling. Sometimes I'll set a timer for like 5 minutes and just word vomit on the page, literally whatever comes to mind. And it has been helping so much for me to just kind of get everything out. It has been helping me clear my mind and organize my thoughts. And I'm just really enjoying journaling, and I just feel like it's helping me a lot. Kind of keeping on that same wave, I have gotten really into tarot lately. I've always been into tarot. I got my first decks, not this last Christmas, but the Christmas before. But I never really committed to it and never really did it enough that I was like learning the cards or anything. I kind of just did it here and there whenever I felt like it. I have been doing tarot at least once or twice a week, and I am actually starting to learn my decks. I have 3 different decks. I have the Moonology deck, the Animal Spirit deck, and then just the Wild Unknown Tarot deck. And this is the one that I'm kind of working through right now just because it's the more basic deck. And what I'm doing is I'm pulling a card every day just to, you know, read about it and just kind of learn what they are. And that's been really fun. But I've also been doing like some other spreads. I did a past, present, future spread last week for the full moon. And I write down my spreads in my journal. And then I kind of write down, you know, what does each card mean and then what is my interpretation. And I'm really trying to kind of explore my more spiritual side, I guess, my more witchy side, I guess. And just trying to find more ways to get more insight into my mind and my thoughts and my emotions and my feelings. And tarot is just a fun way to do that for me. My next favorite is a book that I have been working through with my therapist, but she recommended it to me, and that is The Grief Recovery Handbook, the action program for moving beyond death, divorce, and other losses. And this book has really helped me through my grief. It actually kind of gives you a process to go through to really deal with your grief and complete the relationship. I want to do a whole video kind of on what this book has taught me. It's really been helping me kind of, as I said, like get my thoughts out. It deals a lot with like undelivered communication and things that you wish you could say to the person or thing that you've lost, and how to move forward with your grief and the relationship with it, with whatever it is that you lost. It's been very helpful. And if you are dealing with any kind of grief, whether it's a breakup, whether it's a divorce, whether it's a death of a family member, this book, I can't recommend it enough. It has been so helpful, and I'm so glad that my therapist recommended it to me. So yeah, I want to do a whole video about what this book has taught me. So I have 2 things left. We are almost done. Moving on from the Grief Recovery Handbook, I have also, as I kind of mentioned, I have been back in therapy. It is more like a grief counselor type thing. It's actually through my psychiatrist that is managing my bipolar disorder. But she's also a grief counselor. And so me and her connected literally the week after everything happened with Avery, and it was just like the perfect timing. And so I'm meeting with her once, maybe twice a week right now, and we're working through the workbook. And just, it's so nice to have someone that I feel like I can trust and who genuinely cares about what I'm going through and who is trained to help people work through these issues. And it's just been very helpful for me in my mindset. I cry almost every single appointment, but I think that's okay. And I think that kind of means that it's working and it's doing its job because we're exploring my emotions and we're working through them. And then the final thing that I have been loving the last about a month or so has been writing. If you guys didn't know, I have been writing a book for over 10 years. I have started it on many occasions, and at a couple points I even got almost done with the book, and then things would happen. My computer would crash or something along those lines, and I lost the file. And so for the last probably 5 years, I have been trying to rewrite it, and I've just been on a major roadblock, major like creative block, and just haven't been wanting to work on it. So I think in the last, 3 to 5 years, I've written the prologue. That's about it. But the last month or so I have been working on it a lot. I actually have written 2 chapters, which doesn't seem like a lot, but in the grand scheme of things, and if you look back on how little I have been doing, that's a lot. I am just really enjoying writing it. I'm actually getting a lot of clarity of like how I want the story to lay out, because I have never really sat down and done like an outline or anything for it. I knew I wanted certain things to happen, but it was kind of, you know, flowing it into that event where everything just kind of flows together. And I've just been absolutely loving it. It has been such a great escape for me and just another creative outlet that I've been really loving. And I don't know, I'm hoping to maybe get a significant amount of it done this year. Who knows? So those are all the things that I have been loving the last few months. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know down in the comments some things that you guys have been loving. If you're not already subscribed, please be sure to hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss any of my future videos. Also be sure to check out my Instagram, which will be linked down below. As always, I appreciate you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys.